mosque is very unique actually in Khan because it only have one minaret. Usually like the mosque that we have seen in Istanbul is like with two.
Welcome to Istanbul, where centuries of Islamic architecture come together in a city of breathtaking mosques. Set aside the famous Hagia Sophia Mosque and the Blue Mosque in the last few episodes. Today, we are exploring 5 of the most iconic and historically significant but less known mosques in the city. From the Ottoman era to the modern age, each one has a unique story to tell. Let's take a look. Our first stop is the Bayezid Mosque, located in the heart of Istanbul. Built between 1500 and 1505, this mosque was commissioned by Sultan Bayezid II and is one of the earliest examples of Ottoman imperial mosques. The mosque design is elegant yet simple, reflecting the early Ottoman style, with its single large dome and semi-domes. The courtyard is surrounded by beautiful porticos and fountains, making it a peaceful spot in the city. It is said that this mosque influenced the design of later larger mosques in Istanbul. It is a must-visit for all the history lovers. Next, we are at the Grand Süleymaniye Mosque. Süleymaniye Mosque is one of the masterpieces of Mimar Sinan, the chief architect of Ottoman Empire, built in the mid-16th century for Suleiman the Magnificent. This mosque is not only a place of worship, but a symbol of Ottoman power and culture. The interior is stunning, with its high ceilings, intricate tile work, and expansive space. This mosque is famous for its perfect acoustics, a testament to Sinan's architectural genius. You will also notice the 4 minarets, representing Sultan Suleiman as the 4th Sultan after the conquest of Constantinople. And don't forget to step outside for a magnificent view of Istanbul. It's one of the best spots for a panoramic view of the city. Molla Zeyrek Mosque stands as one of Istanbul's oldest surviving religious sites. Originally, this building wasn't a mosque at all. It was a Byzantine monastery, known as constructed in the 12th century. After the Ottoman conquest of Constantinople, it was converted into a mosque, and it has been a sacred place of worship ever since. So it carries a fascinating blend of Byzantine architecture and Ottoman history. Tucked away in the green oasis of Yildiz Park, we find the Yildiz Hamidiye Mosque, built by Sultan Abdulhamid II in 1885. This mosque is quite different from the earlier Ottoman mosques, blending Ottoman and Baroque architecture styles. It has a more European-influenced design with its rectangular shape and decorative details, a reflection of the architectural trends of the late Ottoman period. The intricate woodwork and elegant windows inside give it a very different feel compared to other mosques in the city. If you are looking for something off the beaten path, Yildiz Hamidiye Mosque is a hidden gem worth visiting.
Mosque is very unique actually in Khan because it only have one minaret.
Yes, only one minaret.
Yeah, usually like the mosque that we have seen in Istanbul is like with 2.
Yes, and that's because it was designed specifically for the Sultan who lived in the palace here. So lots of history.
I think it's not as big as what we visited. Like it really have separate section for men and women.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the first time we enter a mosque and then we have to separate.
Yeah, we couldn't enter together.
Yes.
And so, yeah, it's very different that way. It's very tiny
Yeah.
compared to all these large mosques downtown in Istanbul.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah,
but-
actually, which is pretty cool. I can actually see a person like really doing the call for prayer live.
yes, yeah. So you can actually
Yes.
see.
I always think that it is like I'm very naive. Like I always think that it is recorded, the call for prayer. But actually, the mosque will have a representative to do it live.
I couldn't see this from
Yeah,
the
I
men's
don't know.
area.
Yeah.
I'm curious if this is common or if this is everyone does that. So we'll continue to learn and we'll see where it takes us.
Next, we are visiting the Mihrimah Sultan Mosque in Edirnekapı, a true architectural masterpiece designed by Mimar Sinan, the chief architect of the Ottoman Empire, for Mihrimah Sultan, the daughter of Sultan Suleyman the Magnificent. This mosque, built in the 16th century, sits at one of the highest points in Istanbul, near the ancient city wall, which we will take you there at the end of the video. The mosque's design is especially unique for its high windows that allow natural light to flood the interior, creating a beautifully illuminated space. Sinan's genius really shines through in the way that the light interacts with the architecture, giving the mosque an ethereal quality. Not too far from the mosque, here we pass by the old city wall of Istanbul.
We are in front of the city wall, checking it out. So this is very simply put a city wall for the old city of Istanbul, like I guess Constantinople back in the day. But generally speaking, this area is all peninsula. Beyond this area here, behind this wall. So they built a wall from sea to sea, so to speak, and that allowed to prevent land attacks to the area. So anyways, this is just a small sample of what we can see. It's several kilometers long, so we're just going to explore a little bit here and there. But we have the entrance here, which is kind of cool. We're just going to wander down and see what's further down here until we walk towards the sea. And we're going to stop.
Istanbul's mosques are not only places of worship, but also masterpieces of architecture and history. Each one has its own story, and together they form the spiritual and cultural heart of this incredible city. We hope you enjoyed this journey through Istanbul's mosque history as much as we did. Thank you for joining us on this tour. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more adventures through Istanbul and beyond. Until then, happy travels!